Hi everybody.
Hello.
It's us again. So today we're going to talk about question from one of our investor.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. The question is actually okay. Kevin can answer it. He's asking, is there an oversupply of condominiums in Bangkok? It's from a client from Malaysia. Yeah. So Kevin want to?
Okay, I'll just give some inputs. I think we get this question often because I guess if you just go to the papers or you just do a search online, investors will see that there are like literally a lot of launches happening in Bangkok every month. Right, there's always project selling, so that's why they have this fear of a glut of supply coming on. So the answer to that question is yes and no. It really depends on what you buy. So that is why we are often asking our investors to be very discerning in your choice of property. So literally there are two groups of condominiums. There's the mass market one, and then you have your investment grade, higher end, the A grades or the S grade properties in Bangkok. And we are always advocating that you should be looking only at the investment grade properties. Why? Because first thing first, these properties are investment grade because they are only located in the core central region of Bangkok, which over there's really no empty land that you can just like take over and develop. For a developer like maybe Sansiri or Ananda, for them to want to come up with something new, a new development, the only way to do that is to acquire existing land plots from owners. If you stay in Singapore, you'll be very familiar with all the en blocs that are going on right now. So it's exactly the same situation. So there's a lack of supply of land, and it is because of this lack of supply, whereas the demand is still growing. So these properties will see prices rise over time, not only on paper value, but we have personally already seen a lot of sub transaction resale going on. All right, so these are properties that you can sell off, and also these are properties that the tenants, the high quality tenants would want to stay in. All right, but if you throw in the mass market condos, those are like maybe further out, probably Punawiti and beyond already, or that's where there's a lot of really a lot of supplies coming on. Right, CBRE also has a report on that, and we would caution against looking at those condos. It may be a bit cheaper. It may be like only 3 million Thai baht, 2 million Thai baht. You may say, hey, why should I be paying so much? Why should I be paying 6-7 million Thai baht for a condo in Ekamai, Thonglor, when I can go a few stations out and buy something at 2 to 3? There's a reason why it's cheap. Because you'll be surprised that 2 to 3 years later, you have problem finding tenants, you have problem offloading. So it's as good as you not purchasing any property in those areas as well at all.
Yeah. So actually, for those people in Singapore, we actually have very good public housing. So the government actually makes affordable housing available to the masses. Then in Bangkok, right, the Thai government doesn't have this scheme. In fact, many countries, right, don't have this scheme. So developers are the ones to come up with affordable housing for the masses. And some of these mass market condominiums, right, are actually for the local Thais. So they actually fill up this gap to provide affordable condominiums to these local Thais. The type of people who will be staying there are Thais themselves, and the tenants, right, like expatriate tenants from like Unilever, like Huawei, Alibaba, right, they wouldn't be looking at these type of condominiums. If you go inside, it's a very big difference because like everything is all written in Thai. They're not here to look after foreign investors. They are generally there to look after the Thai buyers and the Thai owners. So even the defect liability sheet, right? I had a client who showed me the defect liability sheet all in Thai. Then after that, he asked the person who was doing the defect check with him, can you translate this to English? The person also don't understand what is he talking about. yeah, so it's really like one chicken and one duck trying to have a conversation, and it was quite funny. So this client of mine, actually it's his cousin. He actually sent me some photos of like you know, all the notices that were put up. Everything is in Thai, so you don't have anything in English or like Chinese as well. Yeah, so it's a bit difficult to understand. Yeah, and in all honesty, yeah, just I actually have an article which I wrote before about the Thailand property market outlook. So you can just Google, I think maybe Bangkok property market outlook or Thailand property market outlook. Then you can take a look. It actually mentions the CBRE report that Kevin also just mentioned. Yeah, so yeah, that's the reason. We don't think that there's an oversupply of condominiums in the investment grade segment. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so that's it. So I'll catch you at the next session. Thank you.